Hi guys, welcome to another episode of MrLopezClasses.com. Today we are going to continue in our chapter 5 of our book of Marine Composite Materials. Composite Materials chapter 5, and this is the episode number 3. We are going to talk about the reparation of the transom. Yeah, the transom. This is an important element in the structure of the boat. If you remember, in the structure of the boats, the stringers, the bulkheads, and the transoms are basically the chassis, the skeleton of the boat. For that reason, depending on the propulsion system of the boat, if the boat is inboard, or if the boat is steam drive, inboard, outboard, or outboard boat, the transom receive a lot of torque, a lot of force, and each transom have a special different configuration. Yes, the transom is the most important part. The majority of the transoms are fabricated internally with marine plywood, with a marine foam, and covered with a fiberglass biaxial and epoxy resin or polyester resin, with both of them. Remember that the transom is connected with the stringer. For that reason, in some cases, it's necessary create a special form in the stringers in order to connect the transom better, in order to produce better force, better support in between the transom and the stringer. Yes, this is the structure, and this is the stringer. The stringer normally is located here, and the stringer should be connected, appropriated with the transom, and reinforced with the fiberglass and with the resin. There are different type of transoms: straight transoms, 90 degrees, or raked transom like this, depending on the design. Depending on the type of propulsion system, there are different type of transoms, like this. Today we are going to talk about the transoms, the different type of transoms. There are basically three types, no, Danny?
Yes, you have the stern drive, which is this.
This one?
You have the inboard that has a shaft underneath.
Like the video?
And then you have the outboard.
The outboards. Which one support higher torques?
I think the outboard, because the engine is hanging on the outside.
Correct.
It's pulling on the top.
So everything is concentrated on the outside of the transom of the boat itself when you're hanging outboards.
Correct. And those are the transoms that frequently are broken, no?
If they're not properly supported.
Correct. Or if they absorb moisture and probably the wood is saturated with the...
Yes, if they're not laminated properly and thick enough to hold the strength of the engine.
Correct.
Yes, that can be one of the problems. Or if they're overpowered.
Correct.
Let's say somebody put
correct. This is other chance, no, Danny? The people put more motors than the original.
Yeah, you have to be careful, because if you overpower a boat, you automatically assume the responsibility of the manufacturer. That's why you're only allowed to put whatever the Coast Guard rating is.
Not only more motors. For example, if you replace the original small horsepower for a big VH with more horsepower, produce more torque, no?
Correct.
This is
yeah, you have to follow whatever the manufacturer specs are.
Okay.
The moment you go over the manufacturer specs, you assume the responsibility of the manufacturer, especially as a dealer or as any marine shop.
Okay.
You cannot overpower a boat. You will be legally liable for anything that anybody
All right, that's correct. In this particular case, this is an steam drive. That structure is, what is the name of that structure?
This is the stern drive. This is the the transom assembly.
Correct.
And the transom assembly goes into the transom. The transom's super thick.
Yeah, and
probably about 2 inches thick, if not more.
This type of a transom is solid, no?
Yeah, it's solid. I believe that there's like 2 layers of wood in there. And then you have fiberglass on the inside and fiberglass on the outside.
Correct.
So in between the 2 fiberglasses, 2 layers of fiberglass, you have wood.
Correct.
To support this kind of transom, which is pretty strong.
It's strong. It's too strong.
And this, compared to an outboard, this one here doesn't have the mechanical advantage like an outboard, because like Alvin said, the outboard hanging on the outside. When you're going forward, it's pulling on the top,
a high torque.
This one here is basically just pushing in So you
Correct.
very seldom do you see have bad transoms on these. Only time you have bad transom on these is because either it's leaking water somewhere and it's rotted out, but not
Correct.
because of a load.
Correct. And normally I found it that in this type of boats, the people try to convert the steam drive into inboard. They close the transom.
Yes, we've done. I'll provide you some pictures of that we did that.
Yeah, we have on the screen right now pictures of those. They close the transom with the same thickness, and they convert into inboard. No, when the boat is originally with inboard engines, this is an inboard, and this is the transom. The transom is, oh yeah,
But there's nothing.
It's nothing over there.
There's
No engine
hanging on to this.
Correct.
You have the
Because
shafts
the
coming out
engine
at the
is
bottom.
internal.
Because the engine's in midship.
Yeah,
And
correct.
so all that torque's on the stringers and all that, and that on the transom.
Yeah, it's less structural. This transom.
Correct.
Yes, my friend, this is the situation, and there are a lot of failures on the transom. The transom can be cracked, or the transom have a leak of water, and the water penetrate the transom, destroy the wood, destroy the foam, and at the end of the day, the transom is completely destroyed. Like this, the number one is because water entered, and the wood, the plywood, is completely gone. The second one is cracked in this area, and this one is cracked in the corner in between the hull and the transom. In those cases, all of those cases, the transom should be cutted, the transom should be repaired. In some cases, the transom, lower transoms, can be hired with more material in order to install swim platform and install bracket to put the engine outside. This is a typical example that we found it in the marina of Mr. Rodriguez, that Alvin is working on that.
Okay, now we are in front of a boat that was repaired completely. That one was the original bracket, the extension, no?
Yes.
That was the extension, was in wood, the laminated, too much foam, full of water, and this is the swim platform. And you repaired the transom, great reparation. That's the thickness.
Yeah, this is the original thickness.
And now it's possible install again the bracket, the
Yes.
extension.
Yes.
That's the next
We're gonna
step.
put a new one. Kiki's from Best Weldings is making a new bracket for
In
this.
aluminum.
In aluminum.
In aluminum. This is strong.
Yeah, this is strong because now he's bonded it to the sides. That one really wasn't bonded. That was just an add-on
Only, yeah. With,
to cover.
how was the procedure, Alvin, for that one?
Well, basically, I just had to take all the old wood out of the inside, clean it out back to just the shell of the fiberglass, and then put new wood inside there, laminate it all the way back out, and finish it.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love it, the finish of the gel coat. How was the process for that finish?
Gel coat is a lot more work to do than paint itself, because you have to prepare the area, and then you spray on the gel coat, allow it to build up thicker, and then you wet sand it and buff it up.
Oh, okay. And sand it again and paint again. How many layers?
You're looking at about 6 to 8
Hey, oh, it's heavy. Huh?
in order to get the thickness. And get it.
Yeah, I know. And after that, you polish.
You wet
properly?
sand it and then polish it up.
Correct.
And it comes out like brand new, like the way it looks now.
And now we are ready with the Kiki to install the swim platform in aluminum.
Yep, Kiki made our gas tank and our little swim platform bracket.
Oh, both of them in
This is
aluminum.
actually the gas tank.
Okay, it's clear that the transom can be repaired, like the transom in the previous explanation. In that transom was lower. They increased the higher of the transom. And now, with that transom, originally that transom was in fiberglass with foam. Danny and Kiki, we are in front of the worst scenario. This is a bad combination, no?
Yeah, well, what they did is this is actually a fiberglass swim platform, which this was an add-on feature, but it's all fiberglass. And if you notice, look at the wood. Look what happens to the wood when you make it fiberglass. Fiberglass or wood. It rots.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, and Kiki will explain to you, and like you know how Kiki made that other platform that has closed in?
Correct.
They made wood. Look, and then the material inside never got fiberglass.
And it's
resin.
polyester resin.
Right.
That's not good.
And you see what happens to the wood?
Yeah. Oh no, of course.
Turns to powder.
Absorb humidity. Exactly. This foam is not good, no?
No, sir. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
You never put any foam inside the bracket.
Yeah. I don't know if you agree with me. When the people ask about the recommendations to buy a new boat, normally I say check the stringers and check the transom.
Absolutely.
Because like you said, foam inside of the stringers and foam inside of the bracket is the worst scenario, no?
Absolutely. And like he just did a boat for us, which we're going to show you here in a little bit, that the transom was so rotted that he had to reinforce the transom because even if he bolted this up, it wasn't going to hold.
Yeah. Oh, incredible. Okay, in that case, you remove this one and you fabricate the new bracket in aluminum.
Yes, sir.
And you replace the new system for aluminum.
The whole thing coming.
Yeah,
Everything.
'cause even this is fiberglass. Look how.
Yeah, it's fiber. Yeah, it's fiber.
And this is heavier than the aluminum.
Incredible, huh?
First of all, this here alone is heavier than the aluminum. But not only that, it's wood. Look how the wood just deteriorates. And what happens is water gets in the wood.
Claro.
So when you have wood with water in it, it's heavy, right?
No.
So then what happens, the boat squats even more in the water and makes it worse.
Yeah.
And then once it starts rotting, then it breaks the seal and then water will get in here and then you have water in the bracket.
Danny and Kiki, I can't imagine a boat with an engine of 150 horsepower hanging on that platform.
Well, he had a 200 horsepower hanging on the bracket. But that's why his bracket was falling apart. That's why we're restoring the boat. Not only did we have to do this bracket, but we had to reinforce the stringers. There's an old aqua sport that we're restoring.
Yeah.
And you'll see that now. We'll show you that we close in the transom and Kiki's going to hook up the bracket.
No, wonderful.
And the platform, when I make this, it's one solid piece.
Okay.
There's no section.
No, it's only one piece.
I have make the angle that go for this, for the transom, and I have break it like that. One solid piece.
All the way across. So
all the way across.
Remember, the more solid it is,
of course,
the stronger it is.
And then,
of course.
and then this is going to be 1/4 inch. This is going to be 3/8 the front for the mounting bracket. This will be 1/4, and the transom could be from 3/8 to 1/2 inch.
Yeah, no, that's other thing completely different.
Yeah.
That's other thing completely different. I suppose that this is not cheap. It's expensive.
Oh yeah, it's
a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, a lot of welding.
Yeah.
I weld everything with a.
How many hours have a job like this?
I would say if you have let's say for a single engine.
Yeah, for a single engine.
Single engine.
This one.
You have at least a week.
A week. How many people?
Just one person.
One
to work
person.
on it.
Yeah.
Kiki's the only man.
Oh, really?
He does everything.
Really?
He does everything.
Nice.
This is the worst scenario. For that reason, in the future, the swing platforms and the bracket should be fabricated in aluminum, in stainless steel, but not foam. The extension for the motor could be in aluminum or stainless steel, strong extensions. The same like the swing platform. The swing platforms in aluminum can be integrated with the new transom reinforcer. For that reason, we are going to use the experience of Kiki. Kiki is a great welder, great fabricator. He's specialized in the fabrication of fuel tanks, in the fabrication of swing platforms and brackets. And with him, we did the transformation of that particular boat.
This is the perfect example. You fabricate, Kiki, this wonderful bracket in aluminum. The bracket is bolted on the transom. You reinforce the transom like in the picture that you have on the screen right now. And after that, Danny, you fabricate the extension, no?
Yeah, he fabricated the extension, and he showed you here how the 90 degrees, how he goes and he takes the angle to make the bracket work.
Oh, okay.
And like I said, this was an open transom. He closed in the transom with aluminum, and he grabbed it from the inside. You can even see the cleats ready to grab it.
Okay, perfect. In this particular case, the length of the platform is 25.
25.
It's 26.
It's over here.
26.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
26 over here.
Correct. Okay. No. And you say that each foot out, we have in this particular case we have 2.1 foot.
So you have to go up 2 inches and a quarter.
Right.
Around
2
there.
and a quarter.
So so instead of be 27 inches right on the money, I bring it down a little bit.
Correct.
So in case you can always lower it down the motor 1/2 inch, But you cannot go more. You can always go up, but not down.
Oh, correct.
Because after you bolt all that, it'll be a nightmare.
Yeah, of course.
So he gives you some room, some adjustments on the motor that you could do.
Yes.
Danny, I know a lot of people that fabricate brackets, but they don't have the criteria clear, no?
No, because these are custom-made brackets. It's not like a bracket you just order online and you mount it because, like I said, every transom's different. So it's important. That's why I only use Kiki from Best Welding, is because he actually fabricates it to the boat. So this bracket is specifically for this boat. Another bracket specifically for another
other boat. Yeah,
it's not a standard bracket.
No.
The standard brackets don't work.
This is important. No standard brackets. You need to fabricate the bracket according with the boat.
That's right.
That's important.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because you enter online and you found that.
Oh yeah, but then you have to put wedges, and it never comes out perfect. When he's done with it, it's perfect. I don't have to do anything. The only adjustments that I need to make is on the motor just to get the performance that I want.
Yeah. Okay, no. This is a great explanation, Kiki. Thank you, thank you very much. And of course, Kiki and Danny, because this is aluminum, should be connected to the bonding system, properly protected to avoid corrosion. However, the aluminum is a marine grade aluminum, no problem.
And it's powder coated.
And it's power coated.
So it's got a coating on
it. 5052, no?
5052 marine alloy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And professional weld. That's nice job. And this is a job for the rest of the life. Probably
this is forever. This will outlast the boat.
Yeah, I know. Probably the boat is fractured in other parts here.
They never go.
No,
Everything is so custom that if you look at the ladder that he made, see how it's at an angle? Those ladders are straight up and down.
Correct.
So you got to almost climb.
This
one's like a staircase.
This is wonderful. Our cameragrapher Diego. Diego, can you show the angle of this ladder?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I like it. And
then this one, it goes like this.
Oh, nice.
That's it.
Yeah, simple. In aluminum, no?
And if you see and if you see the details, he even cuts this so it actually almost flush.
Yeah, it's
so
flat.
Everything's detailed.
Yeah.
I used to have a pin that you can release it, but two of my customers, I said, forget about that. They lost the ladder because the people drinking, having fun, take the pin out, the water goes.
And bye-bye.
So I said, forget about that.
Yeah.
So that's the reason they said, the customer, no, give me a boat.
Yeah, nice.
And I live with the headaches.
Yeah, nice.
But you don't lose the ladder because they love the ladder, because when you walk in the ladder,
it's walking up staircase.
It's like walking your house.
Yeah.
And it's heavy duty enough that you can actually go, because I like to go scuba diving. I can carry all my scuba gear on me and walk right out.
Correct.
Just take my fins off and walk up with the scuba gear, unload it in the boat, so you don't have to take it off on the water.
Correct.
There's a lot of benefits to it.
Correct. Kiki, another question. If my boat is a dual engine, the criteria is the same?
Yeah.
It's the same. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You don't think bigger?
Yeah. No, bigger or 2 engines?
Yeah, 2 inches.
Yeah.
But you have to put this apart, whatever, you can make it 26 inches, 28 inches apart, 30 inches apart.
Okay.
However,
that distance depends on what?
The original was 13 center to center.
Yeah.
But now they've changed because the motors have gotten wider.
Okay.
So now you have to go by what the specs of the manufacturer.
Correct.
Because what happens if you have them too close, when you turn, the motors will touch, because the motors have gotten wider, especially like the big 4-strokes.
Yeah.
And so now that's changed, but that you have to go by what the manufacturer specs.
All right. Once again, in that particular case, check the manufacturer.
Correct.
Okay. And when you fabricate those extensions, those brackets,
yes,
Kiki, you take in consideration recommendation of the original manufacturer of the hull or not?
No, I base it for. I do whatever is safe
For the
customer. Yeah.
for the customer.
Yeah, of course.
Because the boats are old, a lot of them,
Yeah.
Well, they weren't designed to have platforms.
and they weren't designed for that.
Yeah, originally, no.
So I have to make sure whatever I do, it's my own responsibility.
Of course.
To that thing don't come off, because when those motors you give it a gas, it's a lot of power going this way.
Yeah, of course.
That's why he has a system for it, and that's why he has everything's measured. I mean, he measures it like crazy. He's got skin boards that he made templates of.
You see those ears? You see those ears right in there? See those ears right here?
Yeah, the bracket. Yeah, I know.
Those is one of the most important.
Yeah, of course. That all the torque is over there.
That's right.
Yeah.
I know.
You got it.
I know that. I know.
Yeah, and then if it has a splash well, he actually goes in the splash well, and it grabs into the splash well.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yes, this is a great example of a Kiki in the marina of Mr. Rodriguez. Okay, my friends, other important situation is when you have a boat, and now we are going to talk about the reconstruction of the transom. There are different possibilities. One possibility is when the transom externally, the gel coat, the skin of fiberglass and gel coat is in good condition. And only internally, the plywood, the wood, the fiberglass is damaged. We can remove internally the material and we can keep the external layer of fiberglass because it's in good condition. It's like this. Yeah, we are going to remove all of those material internally. Of course, we need to remove the tank, the fuel tank, the water tank, and we remove all the material. And after that, when the area be completely clean like this, we can replace the plywood, replace the foam, and added more new material, new mud, new resin, and reinforce with the stringers. This is one possibility. Other possibility is when the transom is destroyed, we need cut the transom like this. This is a boat of one of my students, Bianca, some years ago, 7 years ago. And in our laboratory, we cut the transom and we replaced the transom for a new one. And this is the situation. We cut the transom, and after that, we remove the excess of material. We remove the excess of material, and after that, we use the old transom like a pattern to cut the new one, to cut the foam, to cut the plywood, and to cut the mat. And we start the process to fabricate the new transom. In this particular case, we use plywood, we use foam, structural foam, and fiberglass mat, rubbing, and after that cover it with the resin. We use epoxy resin. And that was the final result. After that, was double plywood and the foam in sandwich in between. That was a great job. And after that, be careful with the curvature. In some cases, not in this particular project, in other projects, the transom is curved, and you need keep that angle exactly the same in the new one. Be careful with that. In some cases, you need deformate the wood with the heat guns and probably a hydraulic press, hydraulic elements. All right, and after that, we glue the new transom, especially on the areas in contact with the hull. We prepare the silica fumes with the resin, and we use that material to glue the hull with the transom. And we start the process to fill those areas and polish with different sanding tools. Was 2 days sanding and preparing the material. Be careful with the edge, reinforce properly in those corners, and don't forget the reinforcement of in between the transom and the stringers. I prefer this type of stringers because the angle is perfect, it's strong. And at the end, we start to polish those corners, and we added just at the end a special. It's like a bondo. It's not bondo for marine application. It's similar to the silica balloons, and we polish. And after that, we start to apply the paint, the gel coat. We apply the gel coat with the spray, and internally with the roller we apply in this area, in the gray area. The final product was excellent. My group of students, they are too happy with this boat. They installed after that a new motor, Evinrude 150, and right now the boat is running in great condition. You can do that project. The only that you need is prepare the estimate for the materials, check if you have the appropriate tools, properly ventilation, and this is a great job. This is a 1 week job for a boat of this 15 feet, 17 feet. Thank you.